What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to another installment of the Casually Chelsea Show. I am accompanied here by my panel of Winter Surfer, Oliver, Real Chris, and myself, Marshalldbdx, your host with the most. Ladies and gents, if you don't already know, we are well on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We're about 27 subscribers away. So if you can help us get there, smash that subscribe button. I know 60% of you guys that are watching haven't subscribed. So be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss out when we do go live on air every Wednesday, Sunday, and potentially other days of the week as well. Be sure to smash the like button as well, as it does help with the algorithm. Help us get out there more and we can grow more as a community and as a channel. Be sure to check out the links in the description to everyone's Twitters, the Discord, the other YouTube pages, all that fun stuff. And be sure to check out the comments below. Leave a comment down below. And if anything, leave a comment down below. Let us know why you didn't hit the like or why you didn't subscribe. That helps. Let me know. Let me know why. Okay. So go check out the comments down below. Big up to everyone in the chat who was big upping each other for a hot minute there. So yeah, big up yourselves. Be sure to also check out the memberships starting at 99p, 4 different tiers, all with its own benefits and rewards. But yeah, that being said, enjoy those emojis for the people who are members. And let's get right into the show, guys. We're going to start off with this bit of news that I'm sure most of you already know what happened. But for those of you who don't know, those of you who actually use this podcast show as a way to just kind of get yourself up to date with everything that happened the week, Reece James went through an injury scare. So let's start off with this first tweet right here. This is Arkansas reporting. Reece James felt pain in his knee and has had precautionary scan ahead of the U.S. tour. This was 2 days ago where it was reported, and then we come out with a resolution to the whole issue. Reece James is fine and good to go. That's in quotes on Chelsea's preseason's tour of for Chelsea's preseason tour of the USA after they had a precautionary scan on his knee following a bit of pain. Yeah, people were jumping the gun on this as understandably so. And yeah, luckily nothing wrong with Reece's knee, but I'm scared if there is a knee issue or a hamstring issue. I'm worried that like the window for like surgery or something to really fix the problem permanently has kind of been passed. I mean, it's nice that we have Malo Gusto, but like, I mean, if Reece James gets hurt, hamstring or a knee injury, and it could have been solved by a surgery, then I'm going to be really annoyed. And if he's going to be out for most of the season because of that, that's going to annoy me. But what did you guys think about the scare? Were you even scared at all? Did you know it was going to be a precautionary thing?
I didn't actually know.
Oh, there you go.
What a surprise.
At the beginning of the show, I was addressing Chris. Chris uses us to, get us updated. So there you go, Chris.
Yeah. It's just a scare, though, right? Like, I don't know.
It was just a scare. Like, he felt some discomfort. Yeah.
Knee, yeah. Like, I like they can last a while as well. Like knee injuries. I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
like,
you're going through one right now.
Yeah, I've made it worse by going back to training like last week. So, yeah, like I don't know. Like, it's just a knee scare. It's not too bad. Like, not very much to think about that, to be honest, to me. But a little bit concerning, I guess, because he does go through a lot, and maybe in the season he can have a lot of injuries again. But take it easy in pre-season. Like, use him like as a sub or whatever, like come on for the last 20 minutes or something. Don't start the guy. I don't think he needs to start. He's just naturally talented anyway.
Do you guys reckon we should start rotating him, like just out of precaution now, like almost like with saran wrap on this player?
I was gonna say we got that Gustus, right? He's in, right?
Bubble wrapping, I should say, not saran wrapping. Malo Gusto, yeah, we've got him in January. He's the backup.
Yeah, we can rotate him with him as well. Let's see how Gusto plays as well, but I don't know if well, it's dependent. Yeah, like don't play him like every game. We have got actually a smaller season compared to normal seasons. We don't have no European competition as well, so a little bit less game time for him as well in general. Looks good.
I think, if anything, the fact that we have less games, that's even more of a reason that we should be trying to play James a lot more. And especially him having a backup now with Gusto and him not having an idiot like Potter managing him and throwing him into starting 11s the second he's even like 50%. I think this is a real chance to test him. And if he doesn't pass the test, then I'm afraid there are some uncomfortable conversations that we're going to have to be having about this guy.
True. Very uncomfortable conversations about just if it's worth keeping him at Chelsea if he's not going to be fit.
No,
we're going to have this. I think so. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But if this keeps up, we're going to have to start having those N'Golo Kante conversations over Reece. So.
But I don't think he has N'Golo Kante nowhere near injuries. Like he still does play a fair amount. Okay, I don't know how many he played last season, but the season we just had, but he still plays a fair amount. He plays
Chris,
over 3 games.
If you remember, Chris, it all started in that Tuchel season. I would say he was out for a while when we lost the Chilwell. Yeah, he was out for what, like a month or so, 2 months, I want to say, during that Tuchel season. Yeah. And then he came back, and I think he was injured again. He was in and out of the squad. And then this season that just passed was his worst injury stint season, I would say. Don't worry, I see. We got the tweet. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. We got the tweet. It's in the show. But yeah, if we get this season coming up, more injuries from Reece, we got to start having discussions about this guy and being injury prone.
I've seen people stay in the sort of squad because they're still very good when they play football. When Reece James does come back, he's normally very good. I've seen last season he did play very little minutes, games. He didn't really play much, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad all the time. I hope not. Anyway, I don't know for sure, but he is. He has lost weight. He's lost more body mass, if you want to call it weight. He's I don't know how much weight he's lost, but he has lost a little bit. He's been doing more runs now. I think he's been trying to keep on that. So I have to see next season really. But if he gets injured last season, like that on the current, barely playing, then yeah, I understand. But if he's still getting injured every season, but not loads, for a long time, then it won't bother me too much really, because we still have a backup.
Chris, you are right that he always returns, and he except for this season, whenever he returns, he always comes back pretty quickly, and you can see the impact that he has on the team. It's night and day the way we play with James versus without. But you can say the same thing about Kante. And what do we say about Kante? He can't be a key player with that kind of injury record. Despite the fact that when he comes back, he is literally the best midfielder in the league. So the same energy has to be held for James.
Yeah, Kante, obviously, Kante, and when we won the Champions League, I think that's Kante's last really good run, because he was still the best one of the best midfielders when he's still playing. Yeah. But later on, he was starting to lose that, I felt, as well. So if Reece James wasn't playing well and came on from injury, then yeah, I would consider it. But I don't really want to consider it, because Reece James to me is one of our best players on our team. So I don't want to consider that yet. I mean,
Kante was only really bad last season, the season before the last one. I actually thought when he played last season, he was actually very good. It's just that those injuries forced him to play only 9 games, and it was, just was nowhere near enough.
True. Yeah, that is true. Oh, the man, the myth is here. Here we go. Ahmed, welcome, my friend.
He didn't get lost.
He got lost. He couldn't access the group chat because Twitter verified and all that.
No, it was working for me. Always because I was just taking some medicine because I'm kind of ill today, so that's why.
My man is sick and tired of the drama that we're going to be talking about later in the show. Big up Metal Face Doom. I like the cement mixer. Why did you change it? Hey man, inside jokes, we had it for a bit. It'll come back. The cement mixer profile picture will come back eventually. We gotta keep the inside joke. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if you want to be part of the cement mixer gang, there's a tier for you. All right, you can be part of the cement mixer gang if you want. But and big up Alexis, big up to you. 100 likes and Marshall will start OnlyFans account for his toes. I might. Don't entice me. I might. I need some extra money. Who knows? So it's hard out here in the United States, man. The economy is rough. But speaking about the economy, let's talk about the medical team economy. Okay, let's talk about this guy. So It was reported Chelsea have poached the FA's head of performance, Bryce Kavanagh, in a major blow to England's preparations for next summer's European Championships. The Australian sports scientist has worked closely with Gareth since 2016. And I should mention as well that he will be working closely with our friend here, fitness coach Mauricio Pochettino's son, Sebastiano Pochettino. Guys, we're working on our medical team. I'm happy to say it. It looks like we have someone more legitimate. I'm hoping as a result of this, we have our players in tip-top shape, less injuries this season. Hopefully everyone can stay as fit as possible. I mean, as long as they're not, getting clattered in games and all that. But hopefully this season, I'm really banking that everyone will stay fit. It looks like the players are really being run to the ground in training just to, get their conditioning up. But Ahmed, what are your thoughts on these new faces in the medical team, man? Are you relieved?
Hopefully they just add to how should I say this? Hopefully they add to the medical team in a good way. Hopefully there's nothing. Hopefully they don't do as bad a job as what happened previous seasons and are able to keep the majority of players fit. And I think that's just what really matters at the end of the day. That's what I want from them. Just make sure to keep the players as fit as possible, and to make sure that whenever they are injured, we can get them in a speedy recovery or in the recovery they need. But when they're coming back, they're not going to be getting injured straight away.
Mm-hmm. And we have players that we definitely have to keep an eye on. Reece being one. We have to keep an eye on Ben Chilwell this season as well. Fofana is another one that I want to see. If this medical team is doing their job, I want to see less injuries from those particular players. And then we move, there's other players on that list too that we have to see, but most of them we got rid of during this transfer window. So it's a whole brand new team. We'll see what new issues come.
Don't jinx it, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Let's not jinx it. You get me?
Yeah. But anyone else have any opinions of this medical staff? Optimism, doubts?
I got you a little nugget, by the way, just quickly.
Got me okay. Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah, I think we got this in the show. Actually, we got it earlier. I don't know. No worries. Let's go ahead and, guys, before we continue on to the next segment, which is probably going to be the majority of the show, be sure to smash those likes. Be sure to hit the bell notification.
Sorry.
Be sure to God bless Ahmed. Make sure he doesn't keel over and die right now. Please, Ahmed. And also, guys, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. So let's get on to the next topic. This is it's gonna bear with me. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading here.
Did you guys see that, by the way? Do you guys see that? The closer we approach to the Lukaku thing, the more whatever Ahmed's suffering from right now started to flare up.
Bro, you know what it is, man.
Ahmed, if you can make it to the end of these tweets,
listen,
we're
guys,
good to go, man.
Last night, I was in the gutter, bro. I was just sweating non-stop. Literally could not sleep. I was literally aching all over. Like this morning when I woke up, I was like back to 100% almost. Because I got like this tiny blocked nose and like a little bit of like mucus.
Sounds like my old Saturday nights.
But I'm back to, but by hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be back to 100%. So
it's because
great.
You know what it was.
Thanks for letting us know. Yeah.
I was saying, man, strong immune system.
You didn't take your minerals, man. You didn't take your minerals, bro. That's why. But all right, let's get into this. Okay, we got a little bit, so bear with me here. Okay, first tweet to start this all off. Chelsea have 3 serious bidders for Romelu Lukaku and are continuing conversations with all of them. Inter Milan are the lowest of the 3. We continue on to a few more details here. Juve are willing to sell striker Dusan Vlahovic to Chelsea for as little as £21 million if the London side include Lukaku as part of a swap deal. They have already been in contact with Juve's Serbian forward to become their new striker. This is coming from Simon Jones of the Daily Mail. At this point, I'm thinking this is perfect. This is perfect. Send him to Juve, and we'll get one of our strikers that are on our list, quote unquote. We continue on. Juve have offered 37.6 5 million euros plus 2.5 million euros in bonuses for Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku. An offer Inter hoped to match once they sold Andre Onana to Manchester United. So all of a sudden, Inter start panicking. All of a sudden, Inter has the money that they want to match once they saw Andre Onana, who they've been stalling on for God knows how long. So, breaking. Juve have offered 37.5 million plus 2.5 in bonuses to sign Lukaku. However, the offer of the Bianconeri is conditioned by the sale of Vlahovic by August 4th, but Inter are ready to sign him now for 35 million plus 5. This is coming from Di Marzio. So all of a sudden, all that fucking lowballing that Inter were doing, oh, now you have the money. Before, Inter were offering what, 25, 20 plus 5? Ridiculous lowballing when Bowley clearly said, hey, mate.
Fucking minerals, bruv. There's a K a week, bruv.
We got to get rid of this guy. 40 mil, okay? So we continue. And I'm thinking, dude, this works out in our favor. If we get Vlahovic, which we should now, we get rid of Lukaku. Perfect. Apparently Fabrizio has to burst my fucking bubble, and Dusan Vlahovic is not on Chelsea's shortlist. Now I'm thinking, fuck, Chelsea, come on. Let's play some 4D chess here. You know, maybe buy Vlahovic, give him out on loan or something. Who knows? Let's figure it out. Also find out Lautaro is also not on Chelsea's shortlist for strikers. We continue on. Simon Joe's reporting, Chelsea have rejected Inter Milan's latest offer of 26 million pounds on Romelu Lukaku. It is the second bid they've pushed back on from the Serie A side. Todd Bowley wants 40 million pounds for the Belgian. Period. Why is that so hard to understand? So, Rock Nation Sports have now got involved in negotiations to try to break the impasse between Chelsea and Inter Milan for Romelu Lukaku. This is coming from Matt Law. Now it's getting serious. And now, all of a sudden, you start hearing some news from Inter. Apparently, and at the moment, no one knows what the hell was going on. But when this came out, I was like, what the hell are they getting angry about? Because it's not working out. Like, he's trying to go to Inter. He's been digging his heels to go to Inter. So what's going on? At the moment, Inter Milan are very embittered and annoyed by Romelu Lukaku's attitude, who is not responding to either the managers or the former teammates. Furthermore, the Nerazzurri discovered an opening to Juventus from the forward, despite the fact that he had previously declared that he would never wear the black and white shirt. At this point, I'm confused. I don't know what the hell is going on. What are they talking about? Juve can come in and say interest. Like, this doesn't mean anything. And then the truth comes out, ladies and gentlemen. The truth comes out. Breaking. Romelu Lukaku gives a strong opening to join Juve. Inter are very annoyed with his attitude. And as a result, Inter have pulled out of the Romelu Lukaku race due to the player negotiating with Juventus. It's over between Lukaku and Inter. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be this guy. This guy's a joke. This guy, okay. You can't win with this guy. This guy's absolutely a clown. Inter Milan sporting director Piero Asulio informed Romelu Lukaku last night in a 30-second phone call of their decision to withdraw from their pursuit of him. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay, we continue. Lukaku started to negotiate with Juve as Inter were preparing to play Champions League final. Inter sporting director informed Lukaku now in a 30-second phone call he is not in their plans anymore. This guy, instead of focusing on a final, he's already thinking about negotiating with another club. This man is a clown. He is actually a fucking clown. Absolutely oblivious to anything and anyone around him. Like, this guy is rude. Okay, we continue. Romelu Lukaku now starting for Inter Milan and being benched in the Champions League final is thought to have contributed to his willingness to listen to an offer from Juve, coming from Matt Law. Continuing on, Lukaku to Sky. Oh, receipts. If Juve or AC Milan will call me in the future, never. Again, never. It's never going to happen. Juve wanted me before Inter, but Conte joined Inter. It was my priority, joined him. In Italy, there's only one Inter for me. This guy is a clown. This guy is a proper fucking snake. So we move. Chelsea do not care where Romelu Lukaku ends up as long as they can get rid of him by Monday. Oh, this guy can't even look at his face right now. Romelu Lukaku won't travel to the USA with Chelsea. He'll be back early next week to train, but Pochettino is 100% aligned with the board. Getting 40 million euros for him is one of the priorities now. Inter deal off. Juve, depending on Vlahovic. PSG, Saudi, still waiting and hoping. Romelu Lukaku is now in dispute with one side on his representation. The player is due back at Chelsea on Monday, but the expectation has been that he won't travel. What a mess, and what a mess indeed, Matt Law. And then the last tweet right here, Romelu Lukaku will report back to Chelsea on Tuesday, according to Matt Law. This guy is a fucking sleaze. This guy is a fucking moron. He cannot keep his mouth shut. He causes more trouble than he's worth. He thinks he's better than what he actually is. He doesn't realize that this club, Inter, do not want him, despite having the fucking money. They don't want you that much. And then as soon as they hear that you talk to Juve, which, again, what the fuck are you thinking, bro? Okay, fine. Talk to Juve, look for your best interest for your club, your future, and all that stuff. But, bro, before the Champions League final? Are you fucking kidding me? You are supposed to be focused on the game. You are a professional. And here you are negotiating before the biggest game of your career about moving to another club. What?
Bruh.
What is wrong with you? What is genuinely wrong with you? And now we're stuck. Now we're essentially stuck with him. Unless you can figure it out. And
why are you getting angry about this? Why are you getting angry about this?
Because when you think it can't get worse, Ahmed, this motherfucker opens his mouth and makes it worse.
This is nothing to... But this is...
All the twerking for Inter for him to do this shit.
1 second, bro, though. Like, this is not our problem.
It is our problem.
No, it isn't, and I'm going to explain to you why.
Okay, elaborate. Okay, elaborate. Hold me back, damn it.
Let's start with quite easy. Let's start with the easy stuff. Lukaku shot himself in the foot. You know, Chelsea had actually decided to bend the knee essentially, and we had agreed a fee with Inter Milan, which was 35 plus 5, in order for him to go to the football club. He it wasn't on here, but basically it was confirmed on Sky Sports by the Inter Milan guy. He did not pick up the Inter Milan phone calls for 2 to 3 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it was his fault that he's not going to Inter right now.
And Ahmed, it's not only that, by the way. Just on that we agreed 40 million. All that was needed to complete the deal was his final confirmation.
I'm saying to you, bro.
I know.
And then
this guy is a fucking moron.
And what makes it? Listen, this is a good thing for Inter Milan. They can absolutely hold that on their side because they were being dickheads to us, trying to, fleece us, trying to do all that.
Agreed. They can go fuck themselves now.
All that random shit. But at the end of the day, this is Romelu Lukaku. You know what I mean? This guy, you know what I'm saying? He loves kissing that badge. You know, whether it be a West Brom badge, it can be an Everton badge, it can be a Chelsea badge, it can be a Man United badge, it can be an Inter Milan badge. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a badge for a badge. And from what I've heard, the reason why he wants to go to Juve now is because of the bag. They're offering him a bigger bag at Juve. That's why he's going there. And I just find it ironic here that, you were getting racially abused by these guys 3 months ago. They were racially abusing him. It's literally recorded live on television. Their fans were racially abusing you, and now you're willing to go to their football club. I mean, I don't know what to say to you, man. Genuinely, I don't know what to say to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you go back to somewhere where they were racially abusing you 3 months ago. But listen, at the end of the day, this guy's gonna leave, whether he likes it or not. I do worry about the Vlahovic deal because there was the PSG ultras have come firmly against the Vlahovic deal. There was like a big news report that came out that these guys do not want him there and that they will kill him if he comes to the football club.
Jesus Christ.
So, listen, man.
What did he do to them?
It's you know, like the Kosovo conflict. You know, like right. You know the stuff the Yugoslavia stuff that happened.
Right.
It's related to that essentially.
okay.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But
God's sake, man.
yeah. So it's a sticky situation there as well. So he might have not even go to Juve. So if he can't go to Juve and he can't go to Inter, guess what? That all leaves him. All roads lie into Saudi Arabia. So
That's
he's
what
gonna
Saudi
have so literally he's gonna force himself out of Europe essentially. That's what I'm trying to make. The point for us is, listen, we shouldn't be worried if he can't get any moves because he's fucked himself from all of the Italian clubs because of everything that he's done, and there's no other clubs coming in for him. The only option he has now to leave the club is Saudi Arabia.
And at the end of the day as well, he won't just sit in our reserves. See, that's not going to be an option for him because the Euros are next summer and he has to be fit. You know, his fitness this season already wasn't good enough. He needs game time. He's not going to sit in our reserves. That won't be an option for him. If there is a move, if Saudi is the only option on the table by August 31st, he will take it.
Do you reckon Saudi Arabia pay 40 million for Lukaku then?
They were willing to pay 50 million for him, bro. You were about to get 50 million for him.
He wanted a bigger bag, though, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, listen, man.
Not even that. I think he wanted to stay in Europe. That's what I remember.
Yeah. He wanted to stay in Europe, but look, Oliver, he is now essentially forcing himself to not go to Europe.
Exactly.
To not play in Europe now. So that's why, for me, it's not really been a big problem right now. He's forcing himself like not to go to Italy now. There's no La Liga club coming into him because he's not technically superior as a player. What PSG are not going to come for him anytime because they do not like Lukaku. I'm pretty sure in France either. What's like Bundesliga? Hell no. Bayern are taking. Bayern
they're going to get Kane, aren't they?
Yeah, they're saying Kane or bust over there, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not other Premier League club that needs him. So, and all of the Premier League clubs are probably sick of him as well. So, listen, he's all roads lead to Saudi Arabia. And, you know, listen, man, let this be a lesson. Rock Nation, guys, yeah? These guys have got rappers, yeah, that are from the streets, yeah, from the ends, if you know, who are shooting people up. And they have no problem negotiating stuff with people. They have nothing, no issues. Listen, they have no issues negotiating, yeah, with these sort of guys. But Lukaku, they want to get off Lukaku's budget representation. I don't know if you saw that, Marshall. They want to leave Lukaku now as his representative.
I thought they already had.
Everybody wants to leave Lukaku, bro.
Everybody wants to leave
Lukaku.
Ahmed, I'll be honest. I thought they already had left him because do you remember last summer when he was pushing to get the loan to Inter? He didn't go through Rock Nation. He used his lawyer to negotiate that deal.
I'm not sure of this. He has some sort of representation from Rock Nation, but yeah, but
he used his lawyer last summer to get the Inter loan.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. He's a confusing fella, to say the least, man. That's what I would say. And listen, at the end of the day, man, Lukaku is... Listen, bro, you brought in everything on yourself. And, bro, the crazy thing about him, bro, he's worth... he's the most expensive transfer player in history. £300 million. That's how much he's worth. And yet, he's not worth it. He's not worth any of that money. You know what I mean? And, the funny thing is, people like to make comments, like to banter. People used to banter him a lot and everything. But now he's proven that he deserves all of the stuff that's coming to him now. He's proved it, man.
I just want to echo something that Carefree Lewis said on one of his streams. We need a Lukaku movie. we need that, man. Imagine that.
Because honestly, man, he confuses me, man.
He confuses all of them.
His mental stuff is not mentally, bro. I hope he's okay because, the stuff that he does, he just is bamboozling, to say the least.
At first I thought, and by the way, guys, 71 of you guys watching, only 27 likes. Let's try to get up to 40 likes. Come on, guys, big up yourselves, all right? Smash those likes, especially if you are a member. Smash those Romelu Lukaku emojis right now. So
I got it.
What I was thinking before is that what if Inter were trying to lowball us because they wanted to actually send Romelu to Saudi Arabia for the bag? They would have made a profit. And Romelu was maybe was a cahoots. After this comes out, now I'm like, okay, never mind. Romelu's just oblivious. I really think he just thinks so highly of himself to the point where he thinks he can just get away with doing what he wants whenever he wants and does all this.
I can't lie, bro.
Professional.
I can't lie, bro. If your conspiracy there was true, and if Inter got him and then sent him to Saudi for the bag, there would need to be an investigation into that club, man. The way that they got 100 million from us,
I could agree with that.
And then he went straight back there, and then they lowballed us, and then they sent him to Saudi for more money. This guy is a money laundering scheme.
Well, he is, but
he's a human money laundering scheme.
You're right about that, but like, it's not really. I don't think that's Inter's fault. Like, signing us for 100 million, and because we desperately wanted him.
Is this true?
And then obviously it didn't work out. Chelsea so they knew that, and they took the advantage.
How did Lukaku? No, there's no way. There's no way. Can someone Google that?
It's probably one of the easiest degrees to get to, one. I'll be wrong. So I wouldn't be too.
Oh, fair enough, man.
Still, you gotta go through the pain. You gotta go through.
Fair enough, man. Some things.
Process.
Yo, fair enough, man. Some things aren't out of his reach.
Oh my god. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm. Okay, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if like Saudi doesn't come for him, like, and all that, like, we just gotta like leave it. Just leave him at home. Leave him at Ireland or whatever. Like, just don't play him. Like, he's clearly bad for the environment. He's bad for the players and all that. If so, and the manager doesn't want him either. By the sounds of it, either. Like, Poch said, yeah, he needs.
He hasn't even spoken with Poch yet.
I don't think Poch respects him anyway enough, probably.
No, by the way, Poch is going to be a professional about it, regardless.
By the way, let's have a moment of silence for everyone that believed those reports that Poch would be willing to work with Lukaku. Like, how that ever made any sense that this guy wants to create a harmonious environment, and you're going to bring him back. That never made any sense.
That's
but
a moment of silence.
He doesn't even suit Poch. Yeah, but he doesn't even suit Poch's style anyway. Football.
Exactly that too. Yeah.
Like, that's the main thing for me. Like, he doesn't even suit Poch's style, so Poch won't really have a use for him. Yeah, he's just too stiff and everything. Lukaku for him. He's a
I'm just like. So even like, you guys know it's bad when even Chris has, because Chris, you were like, oh, let's just try him at the team. Like, if we can't get rid of him and we can't get
I thought, but then it's getting worse and worse now. I thought I can't defend it no more.
Hey, Nicholas Jackson, baby.
I can't defend it no more.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, I'm curious to hear what you think about this whole situation. And Chris, were you gonna finish saying?
Well, I can't be exactly like a cuck to him, can I? Like, just come play for Chelsea, and like, he doesn't want to be here, so there's no point defending him.
Yo. Jesus Christ, Chris. I think Andrew's AFK. But like, oh man, it's just I'm hoping he does go for Saudi Arabia for the bag. Like, fuck it, right? But if he doesn't, the next biggest hope we have is that he doesn't cooperate with Chelsea, and we can somehow terminate his contract because he's not cooperating with Chelsea.
Do we have to pay him off?
No, we don't.
He would have to.
There's probably nothing
like
that.
If we have to pay him off, then fair enough.
Listen, there's probably nothing like that in his contract. I'll be real. Probably the best you can get is fines. There's a reason why there's a Players Football Association that.
Yeah, but if he doesn't show up to training, if he doesn't show up to what he's contracted,
that's Chelsea. You want him to show up to training, dude. That's Chelsea.
We're not asking to, Marshall.
Bro, I don't think we wanted to show up to training.
This is what everyone was saying. Like, on Twitter, they're all saying,
I want him, but he's supposed to report on Monday, and now he's going to report Tuesday.
Yeah, but that might be the club that changed that. And besides,
Oliver, I want to back you up, Oliver, quickly.
Yeah.
The reason why they don't want him there on Monday is because they're flying out on Monday. They don't want him going to the USA with them. Hell no. They're probably saying stay by yourself in the common ground while training by yourself. They don't want anyone with him.
And like I was going to say anyway, though, everyone on social media that was saying, "Oh, if this guy doesn't show up, we should fine him." Why would we fine him for doing what we want? We don't want him near our club. We want him to stay at home. Him being there is damaging. We shouldn't fine him. We should, as a matter of fact, we should endorse him making that decision if it ever came to that.
But regardless, he's being paid a salary. He's contractually obligated to do something with Chelsea, even if it means showing up to the training. Like, I know we didn't want Danny Drinkwater, but he still showed up to training. He still did whatever he had to do with the who was Danny playing with our reserve team? No, it was
he was playing with under 21s.
Yeah, he was playing with the under 21s. Like,
he sadly had off the field issues in it. And that was what was affecting Danny Drinkwater.
If we decide to ban Romelu from training with us, then we get in trouble. then
No,
he
we
could
don't.
sue us.
No, we don't. No, we
he
don't.
doesn't. No.
How can he not? It's a
Bro,
contract. It's an obligation to do so.
No, it's not. The contract
How?
is literally. One second. You know what a contract is, bro? A contract is. Listen, this is how many years we're signing for. This is how much we're paying you per year, which is going to be this amount per week, essentially. That is what the contract is. There are maybe stipulations for the player, like if you don't come into training, if you don't do this and that, yes, we will fine you for selling this amount of money. But at the end of the day, the club has the power in terms of what the player can do. The club can tell Lukaku to stay his ass home, and we'll literally just pay you your weekly wage. They can do that to Lukaku. We did that with, for example, a good example was Diego Costa. Remember Diego Costa and Conte when they had that big bust up? Costa literally was getting fined for not coming to the football club, of course, but he was still getting paid his weekly fee, his weekly money.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a common thing. So it's not even this is even happens in the NBA at times where players just get told to sit out. We will just pay you your money. Literally, we don't need to play at all. We can do it to Lukaku. So it's not a problem for us. There's no contractual issue for us at all in doing so.
I think. Respectfully, I think you guys are wrong about that. I think
this is not wrong, bro. I'm telling you, it's not wrong. I know this for sure. You can do this in Football Manager. Football Manager is literally 1-to-1. This literally is 1-to-1.
I'm aware, but as an employee of a club, because he's an employee of Chelsea.
He's getting paid, Marshall.
Yeah,
That's what matters to him. It doesn't matter. His football stuff doesn't matter.
Marshall, as an employee, he does what he's told by his employer. If we want him to stay at home, then he stays at home.
Sure, but if this is damaging to his career, if he has ambitions to do things outside of Chelsea, then he can say, hey, Chelsea are denying me the opportunity to work and I want to work. He has the ability to do so as well. So like,
no, Marshall. He denied himself the opportunity to work. He could have agreed to
we know he could have agreed to like freaking come to the club and do all the things he wants to do, but he doesn't want to. First of all, he doesn't want to come to training. He hasn't reported to training. He's supposed to report to training. As much as you want to say Chelsea don't want, look, sometimes if I'm the boss, I don't want to deal with some of my coworkers, but I hired them and I work with them, so they have to come anyways. They're obligated to come unless they give me a reasonable cause to fire them. Then I can't do shit about it. But they're just there. Just because Chelsea doesn't want Romelu to be there doesn't mean that they can't just ban him from being there. It's a contractual obligation. I'm almost certain. There's no way. It's not as simple as like, okay, you sign for the club, we're gonna pay you this much for this amount of years. Like there's criteria there they have to meet. There's a job. It's a job. So he has to do certain things as an employee of Chelsea.
Well, I think he broke his end of the bargain before we did. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm literally, Marshall, I've just given you an IRL example of a similar situation to Lukaku that we've had at the football club with Diego Costa. Costa was refusing to come to the club anyway, but the club was still paying him, and all we did was just fine him for not coming in to train. We can do the same thing to Lukaku.
That's fine, but maybe Costa was okay with that. What if Romelu isn't okay with that?
No. The difference is Lukaku cannot be okay with that, but in his contract, we are the ones which decide if he will play for us or not. We did a similar thing with Malouda. With Malouda, we sent him to under-21s where he just played the whole season there.
You keep saying play. You keep saying play, though. I'm not even talking about playing. He's not going to play for Chelsea. That much is guaranteed. But is he going to be banned from going to the training ground? Is he going to be banned from training and working with the team? Like, is he like, this is what I mean? Like, is there if they deny him all options of being able to come back to the team and some God forbid, some form of amending for all the damages he's done for Chelsea, that's also unfair on Lukaku.
I actually forgot. Blade One is giving an example. Yeah, Alex got exiled from the training ground. Yeah, we can exile them from the training ground as long as we pay them. Literally, that's all it is, bro. We can, as long as they are paid, we are not ruined the thing as well. They can find somewhere else to play or train, essentially, but they don't need to do that at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is not even. It's just this is something that's been done before.
I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more complex than you guys make it seem. But we'll have to see. Genuinely, we'll just have to see. Right now, we're hoping Saudi pick him up and he goes to Saudi, and we could take it from there. Or if he ruins his chances with all these other clubs, then Chelsea have to deal with this somehow. And I'm hoping I'm hoping there's some type of contractual obligation where if he doesn't show up to training, if he doesn't show up to work, essentially, to a certain point, because he is a Chelsea player, he is being paid this much. I don't think the club want to just pay him his $325 a week for him to just sit around and do nothing. That's absurd to me. I think hopefully there's somewhere in that contract where it's a breach of contract and we can terminate his contract from there. That this is just me being hopeful at this point.
We don't want to terminate his contract though.
Bro,
We need to.
if that existed,
If we terminate his contract, then we don't have to pay his wages and we don't have to pay the rest of the Inter. I'm hoping.
But Marshall, we're trying to get a fee for him to balance the books on his book value.
But wouldn't the termination of a contract then balance that out? Because no, we don't owe that money that we're supposed to owe him. We're not paying.
No, I'm talking about the installments to Inter Milan.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, but
not the wages.
Yeah, but also, Marshall, just quickly, if there was a termination of the contract that was similar to what you're saying, the club would have literally briefed that straight away because they knew they would have that over Lukaku. They would be literally blazing that around all over the what's it called, the news outlets.
Yeah, but it would depend on Lukaku, not on the club.
No, but the club would literally be blazing that all around in a way to what's it called, put Lukaku on a leash to tell him we're gonna literally sell you or not. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I guess.
Right, because that would literally be front and center.
Yeah, but this whole situation's a fucking absolute disaster. I really regret signing this player, man. I had no idea that he would go to such depths to fuck over Chelsea. Not even just Chelsea, fuck over Inter. Just fuck over everyone involved in the situation. So it's so frustrating.
I don't think he fucked over Inter, man. He gave Inter 300 million, man, and we literally loaned him out next season when we bought it. Like, we got fucked massively.
I mean,
we did.
Talk to your rival. Like, imagine Chris, Champions League final 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And Mason Mount, a day before the Champions League final, is twerking for Arsenal, negotiating about moving over to Arsenal. Don't you think you would feel really, really deceived after something like that? Or not even. Let's just say. No, I want to include Reece James.
Back then, Mason Mount was proper Chelsea.
I mean, I tell you what, Marshall. If Mount had cost us the final, like Lukaku cost into the final, then absolutely agree.
Okay. He did cost him, yeah.
I think that's a big thing. The fact that not only was he in bed with Juventus figuratively before that game, the fact that he also wasn't there well enough in order to actually put the ball in the back of the net in the game. Like, that was a big thing about it, and that was the headline after the game.
Yeah, we can hold that. Like, worst signing in the Premier League. Yeah, like
this is probably the worst signing in the Premier League.
People talk about Jack Grealish in his first season, but at least Jack Grealish stayed at Man City and worked on it. Lukaku fucked off after one season, and we loaned him out. Like, it's the worst signing ever because we didn't get anything good from Lukaku, not one bit. Like, the first season he scored a few goals, but I think he scored 15, didn't he, overall?
Oh, maybe it was 15. I don't remember.
He was 8 in the league, I think, 8 or 7.
I was 8 in the league. Okay.
Yeah, he almost got 10. He almost got 10 in the league. Almost.
Hey, but listen, at the end of the day, though, this is his legacy. You know, he wanted to be in the bracket of the Kanes and the Benzemas and the Lewandowskis. He scored 300 and something goals.
He's in the bracket with Benzema in terms of controversy. That's it though.
For different reasons, but anyway.
Actually, at this point.
Let's not talk about the Benzema ones. They're
man.
They're very wild. They're very wild. Very wild.
But you know, he wanted to be in that elite bracket. You know, he scored 300 and something goals and being a flat track bully against poor Premier League teams. At the end of the day, this is his legacy. The fact that he kissed 15 badges.
This man out here kissing all the badges, bro. Pause. Oh my days. But yeah, ladies and gents, smash that like button just for my sanity, because I am so sick and tired of talking about. I thought Mount was bad this season. No, Lukaku topped it, man. Lukaku. No one here in this chat or in this panel can tell me that there is a bigger snake in Chelsea's history than Lukaku.
Brother, at least Mount was consistent with going to United. He never wavered from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of personal issues why he left as well. I just wonder as well if we got Lukaku when Conte was in charge, because we really wanted Lukaku then, but Pogba changed his mind or something. But I wonder if we've got a better Lukaku, a more happy Lukaku at Chelsea.
Chris, we would have. It's his daddy.
Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't go to Chelsea actually when we had Conte, because he said he clearly loves Conte and his style of football. So
Well, the old regime, tax, etc.
that's how stupid. Yeah, I know, but
we got Morata instead.
Yeah, we got Morata for the same price almost.
Is this actually the worst signing in Premier League history?
No,
yes,
hang on.
Lukaku is, yes.
Chris, the reason he went to United was reportedly because United basically showed themselves as being they had a bigger intent to sign him than we did, and he felt that they wanted him more than we wanted him.
But yeah, Marshall, there's no one close to Lukaku. Probably he's a 100 million player. And,
Chelsea making history in the worst kind of way, man.
You can't think of anyone worse. For money, Sancho's so far a big flop. He's done nothing as well, but he's only 70 million and he stayed at United.
He's not caused this much of a fuss either.
Yeah, Lukaku, no one comes close to Lukaku. Pogba was a controversial one as well. For how much he cost back then, 89 million or something. But he did stuff as well. He did stuff at United still. Maybe not enough.
He had his moments in United. Yeah.
Yeah. No one comes close to Lukaku.
What a guy.
Maybe Kepa.
No, but see, Kepa, we've actually won trophies with, and he's actually helped us win trophies by saving penalties, Europa League and stuff. So you could say Kepa's the worst signing, probably keeper in history-wise. Yeah, not player though.
Overall player, unfortunately, Chelsea have to hold that, and it is Romelu Lukaku. It's
bro. Literally, if you look at our top 10 signings in terms of transfer fee, it's a terrible list. It is a terrible list.
One of the most expensive ones, though.
Yeah, our most expensive signings. Our most expensive signings. The only good ones on there are Enzo and Jorginho.
Jorginho.
Jorginho wasn't that expensive. 50 million, 60.
No, he is one of our most expensive signings ever. But the other ones, you've got Kepa, you've got Pulisic, you've got Lukaku, you got Mudryk.
No, I don't mind the Pulisic one because we sold a lot of t-shirts. He sold more than Ronaldo. No, he sold more than Ronaldo when
Chris,
Ronaldo
Chelsea Football Club barely get a cut of that.
I'm pretty sure we got a fair amount of money because we sold a shit ton Panty when he came over to us.
No, but the cut we get compared to the money that Nike made.
Do you know what percentage we get though out of all that?
I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's low.
If it's 20%, that's still solid of all those t-shirts.
Again, I don't know what it is, but
Regardless, this is all just a fucking disaster. And over 100 of you watching, and it's also a disaster that we don't have 50 likes. So smash up those likes, god damn it, for Lukaku.
You love that 300k a week. You love it.
Until Lukaku leaves, we gotta pay that 300k a week right now, man. 325k a week. It's fucking absurd.
Every penny counts. Every penny counts to the greedy penny.
Every little helps, man. Every little helps.
Yeah. Well, I need mental help right now. Fucking this guy. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Lukaku, man. I'm not gonna lie. From a rival perspective, I'm sure this is really entertaining. It's this man should have his own show. I'm not I think whoever said that on Lewis's panel is right. This man needs his own drama because this is insane.
He's gonna make drama when he retires properly as well.
Yeah, probably. But let's go ahead and continue the show. Let's talk about other things, guys. So apparently this is a thing. CHO To Fulham. So let's discuss what's going on, the details, and what's happened. So Callum Hudson-Odoi apparently is up for sale. Well, we know he's up for sale. Callum Hudson-Odoi is up for sale and is currently training with the under-21s. He has a Premier League interest, while Ethan Ampadu can leave, but it is with the first team and is now likely to travel on the tour. Look at that. He turned it around. Ampadu. I've seen Ampadu with the team training. He's actually maybe Poch saw something in him and actually wants to see him now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Ethan Ampadu.
I'll take him over Gallagher.
I'm not holding my breath. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm not going to hold my breath on Ethan Ampadu.
He's been playing centre back though. for the last 3 seasons. So I don't think
Yeah.
he's playing in the midfield anymore.
Well, we'll see what happens. Inter Milan are locked in talks. Okay, we don't need to keep talking about this. All right, forget it. Chelsea hopes Saudi Arabian buyers emerge to secure both Ziyech and Aubameyang. Okay, let's continue. Fuck you, Rome. Anyways, positive talks with Fulham for Callum Hudson-Odoi are ongoing, according to Nazar Kinsella. We move on. More from Nazar Kinsella. Fulham are confident on completing a deal for Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi, and then today, we'll see if this is true. We will see who lied in the end. Chelsea have rejected a bid from Fulham for Callum Hudson-Odoi, according to Sky Sports News. Damn. I mean, it's interesting to see that people are still interested in this player. I'm not gonna lie. So that's a positive. But I mean, hopefully this isn't true. Hopefully we do entertain it to Fulham. I would like to see why.
Actually, if you look at Simon Johnson of the Athletic, he said we rejected their first bid. They are expected to come back in for a second bid. Quite literally.
Oh, good.
So they
fair
came for a second bid. So it was just that they probably were giving us, a little peanut offer. You know what I mean? And we were like, come on, man, you can do a lot better than that.
That's just standard negotiation
Do
tactic.
we know what offer they actually offered though?
No, we don't know what the value is, but listen, with Cho,
It's
you're
not
probably
worth
looking
much
at
in general.
4
I can't
million,
imagine it being much.
You're probably looking at what, 4 million, 5 million, really? So they probably offered initially.
Hey, listen,
Generous
I'm
would be
just-
10 million, but
because his value is probably around about 10 million pounds. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Chelsea do 7.5 plus
I would say
2.5 million.
23. 23,
It doesn't.
22.
He's only got 1 year left on his contract.
I think he's 22. I think
he's
He's
23.
so young and
He's
it's
23. Ah, here we go. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
sad.
see?
It's honestly sad. He's so young and his career's it's already over. Like I don't know what's.
It's all
I
over.
do know.
It's
I know
all
what's
over.
going wrong. I think it's that injury. Like he was looking.
The Achilles
very
injuries
promising.
killed him, bro.
It really did.
The Achilles injury killed
Can someone
him.
just remind me, like, why did Fulham get rid of Willian to get this guy?
No, they're trying to re-sign Willian, but apparently Willian didn't like what they were giving him. So
I mean, apparently he had a medical at Notts Forest.
no, he didn't. That's not true. Nizar got Dunkson for that one actually.
Oh, right. Oh,
So-
these are L's, man. Damn it.
Yeah, Nizar wasn't it? You know what I'm saying? So he's probably
Yeah.
Mitrovic? Wait, you want Mitrovic, God of Frogs?
I don't want him.
I mean, what's the problem with that?
If he's on the cheap, then yeah, but I doubt he is, and I'd rather wait for Ivan Toney.
Mitrovic was linked to Saudi Arabia, wasn't
How do you sleep to Saudi Arabia at this point?
he? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's the Discord thing. Join the Discord people. That's why I'm just so confused with God of Frogs' answer right now. But
He's
I mean-
changed the heart.
no, he's got different opinions. I'll say that. But with Cho, I don't know if his career is over,
It's over.
but I feel
Can I
like
speak
he
freely?
does need to improve
Can I speak
for
freely?
sure. Go ahead.
At 90%.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be extremely real. Cho, don't get me wrong, bro. He was an amazing talent when he initially started. Those injuries killed him, man. And like I always said to you guys before, that run when under Tuchel, when like I think it was either Pulisic was injured or someone was injured on the wing, on the left wing, where he was playing like a bit consistently for like 7 games under Tuchel, and like he was starting to show like a bit of himself, being a bit dynamic, going against the wingers 1v1 and everything.
Mhm.
The game that I realized Cho was not it, bro, was the Man United game. That was his final game actually he played. As well,
You know what, bro? I actually have some sympathy for him that one because he had to play with Alonso, and that was just the worst.
The reason why I always say that is that yeah, he was getting past his man, he was doing the stuff that he usually does, but he just could not finish, bro. No finishing product. And then when he went to the Bundesliga, similar situation was happening. No end product. So listen, I get that he's young, maybe he needs time and everything, but it does look like, bro, he's not. He just seems to be regressing further and further, and that's just a sad reality when it comes to Cho. Like, listen, it's all fun and games for me to call him the fake 1v1 demon and everything, but this guy was a 1v1 demon at one point. It's no joke. Listen, let's not joke about it. He definitely was a 1v1 demon. But listen, Cho, bro, we wish you nothing but the best. You're probably going to a Fulham team, which is definitely going to be fighting relegation, in my opinion, this time. You know, last season was a bit of a jinx, but this season you're going to be seeing real. They're going to be seeing a real battle for survival. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, damn.
If
And
Cho
as I
plays
always
the
say,
championship,
and
that's
as
a real downfall.
as I said to you, all of you guys before, if you cannot hack it
Ahmed's into
Oh.
this
Liga, where they play football, they're on MTV playing their highlights and everything. You cannot hack it in the Premier League. I'm sorry, bro. You cannot hack it in the Premier League. It's as simple as that.
Would you say?
How are you going to beat a low block if you can't even beat a high block?
They even tried him as a number 10 as well.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that.
He's really cooked, bro. Like, there's no other way to put it other than that, bro.
He was very.
But is it really? Go ahead.
I was gonna
Chris.
say self-aware of himself. Like, when he came back from his injury, like when Eden Hazard was playing, he's asking Eden Hazard about his performances and everything, like how he runs and all that, because he was very concerned. Like, he's kind of scared as well. He's gonna come back as well. Like of his performances and runs and everything like that. So I think he's just like he knows his like legs can't run the same way and all that. Sorry to cut you off there, Marshall.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, like, outside of his end product, though, don't you think there's still like almost like a Timo situation, where like Timo had no end product, but he was providing assists and stuff? Like, is Callum not?
He didn't
just not
provide
doing that
assists in the
anymore?
Bundesliga, bro. He wasn't providing assists in the Bundesliga.
With Timo, like, he gets a lot of opportunities. I don't think Cho even gets into those opportunities because his runs ain't like Timo's runs is just so much more better than Cho's now, because Cho doesn't run the same way. He doesn't run the same, like, he hasn't got a lot of pace.
And also, like,
don't think.
and also with Cho, and also with Timo had the ability of having a good amount of pace which allowed him to sort of get past his man. Like with Cho, he doesn't have that PMP factor with him that he used to do.
I mean, Callum is a ball to feet kind of player. It's very different from Werner as well. It's the play style.
Yeah, like he's not like an ambidextrous player where he can sometimes do ball to feet, or he can make that run, which he can like run after the ball essentially. You know, I mean, there's forward runs. So
yeah, I mean,
so let's just move on from Cho, man. You know what I mean?
It's
You know what I'm saying? It's quite depressing to talk about a player of his stature. You know what I mean?
I actually really had high hopes for that guy, man. Before the injury, like after injury, I felt like I have to see how
he's banging more than his knee. Got a frogs.
Hurt my Achilles. Anyways, that was a terrible joke. Let's move on. Let's move on from Cho. Quickly, hurry, quickly. All right, next. Where's my banners? Hurry up.
Is there anything else to talk about? Honestly, I actually don't know.
There's a few things. I had to scrounge up a bit. It was a little bit of a slow news week, which I wasn't ready to move on for Lukaku because Lukaku's going to be the majority of the show. But let's go on to the next topic, which is going to be this actually happened. So we actually had to reject the bid for Colwill. So Brighton actually came through and did what they said they were going to do. Brighton have seen a club records £40 million bid rejected for Colwill and have now begun sounding out cheaper alternatives. So that being said, I think we've staved away Brighton. There we go. Manchester City could target Colwill if talks over Josko Vardiol collapse. And that was the next tweet I had anyways. So if Man City come for Colwill, that's an interesting one. I don't think the Vardiol deal is going to collapse. I'm sure they're going to get Vardiol. I feel like now that Kovac is just there too, it just makes sense that he's going to probably want to go to Man City. But if this doesn't go through, do you guys think it's possible we do lose Colwill to Man City? Because Man City have the money.
I think it is possible, but you know we're gonna charge a lot of money for him,
90
especially
million.
with the fact that it is Man City.
90 million is insane, but sure.
No, but like,
we
were just rejected to a smaller club with 40 million, so why not like a bit over the double, like 90 million? Like if they're serious, like 90 million.
Marshall, what's it? West Ham just sold Declan Rice for 105 million. Who said anyone's beyond overpricing a player?
Yeah, Declan Rice is probably worse.
Sure. I mean, but Declan Rice makes sense just because he's been in the Prem for a long time. He's a captain of his club. You know, I know it doesn't mean much, but he did just win the Europa Conference League. But, you know, you can use that as like a tax.
Caicedo had one really good season in the Premier League, and how much is he worth?
Yeah.
over 100.
I would say if people come in for Colwill, I think 60 million would.
And plus English tax.
I feel like 60 million for Colwill, one good season in
I
Brighton.
wouldn't be happy with that. Not to Man City. If it's
I
to
don't know,
Brighton,
what do you think,
I'll
man?
take it.
60 million?
I mean, at the end of the day, he's got 3 years left on his contract. One of those years is an option. So
Sure.
we have him basically by the scruff of the neck. His destiny's in our hands. So as much as we're trying to offer him a contract right now, we're not under any threat if we don't manage to agree a contract with him this summer. So, we don't have to bend to anybody because we're in control.
Yeah. I think we want to try him out at Chelsea as well, see how it goes, because he has a lot of promise and the ceiling's very high. So that's why I say 90 million. I wouldn't buckle down to 90 million around that mark, because I don't think signing for 60 million is just gonna be that all that. I'm actually sick of signing players at this point now. I want us to buy some players because we need to buy some midfielders. I don't really care about selling too much. So if they want to come for an offer, I would say 90 million. And if Todd Bowley don't want to cave at 60 million, I'm gonna be disappointed in Chelsea's.
By the way, I did listen to a little bit of that Frank Lampard interview, just a part of it, and he said something that. Listen to the interview. I think it's he is redeemable, but I listened to the interview and he mentioned something that I thought was interesting and puts into perspective why we do need to get rid of players very drastically. And it was about the morale of the team. It was about having those conversations with the players and telling them week in and week out, hey, stay at home. You're not going to come. You're not going to be part of the squad, the matchday squad. And to have to say that over and over to players like a Ziyech, who else is in the club that we're trying to sell? Oh, Aubameyang. Well, Gallagher was always in the team, but you guys know where I'm going with this. I can see how it does bring upon a more toxic environment in the training ground and in the locker room when you have to tell a player constantly hey, you're not playing. And a lot of it is because you have too many players. Imagine having to tell 22 or 30 extra players hey, you're not going to come to the matchday squad week in and week out.
I mean, listen, I'll take this opportunity right now to just have my say on the whole Lampard interview thing.
Oh,
right message. I'll say it. Right message, wrong messenger. He made us measurably worse than Potter. And how do you even do that? You're not the guy that needs to be talking about this because you are not an expert in anything when it comes to management, man. You need to go to League One or go follow Gerard to Saudi Arabia and, make a fool out of yourself over there. Just leave us alone, man. Leave this Premier League alone. You're not one to be talking about these kind of matters.
Fair enough. But I don't know, Ahmed, you have anything you want to add to the Colwill stuff?
Nothing to add. This is not going to happen anyway, so let's just move on from this topic, I'm afraid.
Ahmed just knows everything, guys.
Bro, let's give it a buck, bro. If we've rejected the 40 million bid and there was news to the comment that Brighton believe, if someone says they believe something, then that means they are.
What do you think is the price? Because everyone has a price. What do you think is the price that Chelsea decide to move on for Colwill?
Probably would get.
It's clearly not 40 million.
Probably would be 80 to 90 million.
Yeah.
Listen, remember, there's not that many left side centre backs of the high quality that people need.
Yeah, I am just a little bit concerned though, because from all the training ground videos, I still yet to see any with Levi Colwill on them.
Oh no, that's because he just finished up with England.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and what's it called, Madueke are coming tomorrow on the plane.
Okay. But yeah, let's we move from this topic on to the next one, which is Caicedo is frustrated, boys. Moises Caicedo is frustrated with the transfer situation going on between Brighton and Chelsea. So there's some frustration from the Moises Caicedo camp at the slow-moving talks between Brighton and Chelsea. This is coming from Ben Jacobs. We move on.
You and me both.
If Brighton keep playing hardball in negotiations, I'm starting to hear Moises Caicedo will be tempted to push for the transfer. Oh boy. We might have Caicedo 2.0 on this one. So we move. Chelsea and Brighton conversations on Caicedo's are positive. They're trying to work out the fixed fee and then the structure for the add-ons. Then Caicedo will become a new Chelsea player. And this kind of tells me that this deal is going to happen. Fabrizio basically saying he's going to be a new Chelsea player. We're just working out the fee. This was also a little bit of news that hopped around. Liverpool will consider joining Chelsea in the race for Moises Caicedo if they lose Jordan Henderson and Fabinho to Saudi Arabia. Continuing on, Fabrizio Romano denying the reports, but I think there is a little bit of validity to it. But yeah, Liverpool are not negotiating for Moises Caicedo despite rumors yesterday. Talks are ongoing with Chelsea. LFC looking at other options, including Romeo Lavia, but there are other possibilities now discussed internally. I think a lot of it's gonna depend on what happens with Chelsea in this deal. I could see Liverpool going for Moises Caicedo once they deal with Romeo Lavia and potentially, Fabinho goes to Saudi.
Do you think they have 70 million just to spend willy-nilly though?
Maybe.
Like this is FSG we're talking about here.
You do realize that
they do well with negotiations.
I was thinking about this. Yeah, they literally just spent 70 million euros, which is like 63, 64, 65ish million pounds. Yeah, and they had to literally pay the release cost straight up. So them selling like a Henderson or like selling a Fabinho for like 40 to 50 million pounds is basically to balance the books on that deal. That's what I'm saying.
We'll see.
No, they're literally trying to tell
there is. I know. I get it. There is no smoke without fire, though.
By the way, this is why I find Liverpool fans trying to link themselves to Colwill. This is why I find that hilarious as well. You couldn't even dream to afford him.
More tweets here. Chelsea have an interest in Everton midfielder Amadou Onana as a fallback option in case their move for Moises Caicedo fails. This is coming from Dean Jones Soccer. Chelsea are still there for Romeo Lavia. They're watching the situation. Breaking, and this was earlier today. Chelsea are set to up their bid of more than 70 million pounds guaranteed plus add-on fee for Moises Caicedo. This will be done in a verbal discussion in hope to convince Brighton. Chelsea want the deal done next week, but no guarantees with Brighton. And then I'm pretty sure that's all I have with the Moises Caicedo situation. This has been kept under wraps, very strongly under wraps this past week, which is why we haven't really heard much of anything or any movement on this. This is the closest we've come to any details, really. But yeah, I mean, it is getting frustrating. I'm not going to lie. Does anyone have doubts that this isn't going to happen?
I think it's not even doubt. It's just that Chelsea need to realize we are now less than 4 weeks away until our first league game against Liverpool. It's time now to stop being willy nilly and stop mucking about essentially and start getting these deals done. Because I know that we're trying to do this stuff one deal at a time. If that is the case, then we need to start getting this Caicedo deal done by the beginning of this week, which is hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday. Get this deal done, and then we can move on to our other deals. Moving on, we don't have that many outgoings left. Who do you have left? What, Lukaku, Aubameyang, and Ziyech? And let's be real, guys. Eventually, these guys will be found at home. We've got until September 1st to find these guys at home. There's nothing that's going to be affecting our books in regards to them right now or in the future. So listen, let's get this stuff done as soon as possible.
But in terms of the Caicedo incoming and us buying him from Brighton, the outgoings have nothing to do with it because Lawrence Stewart is handling the...
No. My point, Oliver, is just that, listen, we don't even have outgoings now to deal with even. Like, even if people were to make that excuse, I'm like, there's only like 3 guys which we know we will get sold in time. So let's put all of our power, both directors of football, into just bringing in the incomers that need to be coming in.
This is the confusing thing for me because if we're doing it one deal at a time, you would think that we are concentrating all of our resources into this deal, and yet it's moving. It's moving at the pace of Lukaku. So, I don't understand.
But you got to bring him up again, man. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's that kind of stream,
Yeah, it is a Lukaku kind of stream. For fuck's sake, man.
Frusterated weak, bro.
The thing that really confused me is like, for example, when you're trying to bring in Jackson, we knew someone else was coming in for him, but we wrapped that deal up faster than, you know what I mean, a guy that wraps up his blunt. Like, he did literally, like, the time. So I don't know what's going on there.
I was hoping you weren't going anywhere else with that. I'm glad.
What do you mean? I said like fast and
yeah. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, I'm just glad you landed on the blunt. All right, Jesus Christ.
Listen, I was talking about wrapping up, like, you know, whenever I talk wrapping up.
No, you can stop talking about wrapping up. All right, you don't gotta.
Oh my, listen, man, that's a you problem, man. You know what I mean? You need to clear your brain.
On this thing though, like, Ahmed, I want to pick your brain here. What else? Okay, let me backtrack. If Caicedo is the last incoming we do this summer in terms of starting lineup players, are we satisfied with this window?
No.
I think ideally you want a goalkeeper as well for a starter, but that's not looking realistic according to the reports.
The thing is, the club apparently are also looking at pre-season to see if other spots need to be filled in. And if we're being honest, we know that we definitely need a backup 10 and a backup right winger. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. It's for certain that we know that Angel Gabriel is going to, like, Strasbourg on loan. We definitely need to bring in Cherki to be the backup 10 in my eyes, and we need a backup right winger for someone like a Madueke, because at least with Mudryk, there's Sterling there that can be either the starter or the backup for Mudryk. The goalkeeper and stuff, again, I said to you guys before, we need a number one goalkeeper. Let's not kid ourselves. And then the striker situation, yes, you may need a striker. And finally, when it comes to the midfield, we're probably going to get another midfielder, including Caicedo. We are probably going to get another midfielder, including Caicedo.
I don't think we'll go buy another striker though, Ahmed. Like, we just
No. I'm just saying that if you were to look at it from like an ideal scenario, that's probably what we'd be looking at. But from a realistic standpoint, of course, I don't think we're getting a striker. You guys know my views on that. Yeah. But for sure, we need a backup number 10, someone to be either the starter or the backup.
Who's a 10?
A backup, bro.
No, a backup, bro. We need a backup team. Yeah, so
I know, but our season is gonna be smaller.
No. But the thing is, the reason why we even need a backup 10. No. We can't do that because if Nicholas Jackson and then Armando Broja essentially do not work out in the middle of the season and they are strikers,
then we go January.
No, and Cuckoo will literally be your number 10, and Cuckoo will be your number 9, and we would then need a number 10 to at least be behind him if that is the case.
If they both don't work out, we still have Ivan Toney. We probably will look out in January because
but that's in January, bro. We can't be thinking about January when we need guys in October. If they don't work out in October or September, what's it called, Chris?
Yeah, but we've got to give them a few months to see what they can do. Jackson, I'm not sure about Jackson yet because I haven't watched Jackson, but I just say
if they're not working in the first 2 months, Chris.
I don't know, but I just think
what are we waiting to do?
Yeah, but we need to sign midfielders first because we are very light
midfielders.
But that's what we have to do. We have to sign like 2 midfielders, and then people want a goalkeeper as well. We'll probably have to look at that next. We don't have to look at the defenders and nothing, but then a 10 is like the last out of the bunch for me. Like we still have a bunch of attackers.
If you were listening, Chris, we were literally saying, what do we all need for the whole squad? No one was saying in terms of priority.
Well, why are you smiling?
Why not? He likes smile, man. Enjoy the day.
He's ill as well. He's smiling still.
My God, man. I'm actually good. Well, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm exhausted from the fucking Romelu Lukaku news, but we move.
I'm not exhausted, man. That's a win-win fast. I told you, man. It's the win-win fast, man. Don't worry about it, bro.
You guys a clown, but I think we'll talk about the Cherki deal. I think that also could be a possibility that it happens. But yeah, if we get Cherki and Caicedo, I think this window's as good as it's gonna get. Just because we're looking at that whole situation with the goalkeeper, the AC Milan are not trying to get rid of Mignan. We don't know what's going on with PSG, if that's even real about Donnarumma. I don't think we rate the other goalkeepers in Mamardashvili, as well as I feel like there was another one there that I forgot about. David Raya as well.
I mean, Mamardashvili's been touted as a backup.
Yeah. Even if we don't get a starter, we have to still get a backup, guys. You do realize that, right? We still need to get a backup, even if we don't get a starter. Because if Kepa's number 1, who's the backup?
Slanina.
No, isn't he meant to be going out on loan?
Well, he won't. If
I don't know what
There's been no
meant to
links.
There's been no links, but I assume he would go out along. He's only like 16, 17.
So
You
how
think he goes to Strasbourg or what?
How you
I just
he's
assume
going
when
on loan if there's no links?
No, I said my assumption is just, it's just an assumption on my part that he would go out on loan. That's what
he won't go out on loan.
But you have to have an assumption based on Leicester link.
The only reason why is because my assumption is just based on the fact he's quite young, and I'm pretty sure the club will probably want to give him more minutes to allow him to develop.
Are
further.
we buying Cherki to get him on loan? To send him on loan?
Who?
Cherki, whatever the fuck it is.
Ryan Cherki.
Ryan Cherki.
Are we buying him to send him on loan?
No, we're buying him to be a backup. No.
So what's the difference between Cherki and Slanina?
I think you can make the difference being that Cherki's played multiple times in the French league already. He's played a lot of games already there, so he's already had some level of development there as well. I think also with Cherki, you can make the argument that if Nicholas Jackson and Broha do not work, he probably will be a starting 10 because in Tuku will be shifted into the number 9.
Jesus fucking Christ, 19 years old kid, and we are fucking.
Yeah, man, it's rarely. Sometimes it is what it is. Bro. You gotta hold it.
It's not that it is what it is. I'm giving you a same exact player, same exact development, probably higher development than Cherki, whatever that kid's name, with Slanina. Slanina probably has a more experience because he's been playing on loan. It's a goalkeeper. 19. Same as Cherki, 19. There's no difference to be as a backup player. No difference. I don't understand why you can't say that Slanina can be looked at as backup the same way you want Cherki, whatever backup.
I mean, Alex, what I'd say to that is that you don't necessarily bring a goalkeeper off the bench in the 70th minute. You know, being a backup goalkeeper is very different to being a backup.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually benefits better the goalkeeper, right? Because he's probably gonna have less minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I don't understand what's. This is why my question is: why do you think Slanina cannot be a backup?
I think he could be for Carabao Cup.
No one's saying that he can't be a backup, but my point is that would you not want him to develop further, get more minutes under?
He will
his
develop.
And that's the reason why I ask you about the Cherki. Why do we buy him? Wasn't he needs to be having better development? What's the point of him at Chelsea? Isn't he wants to be developed better too?
I mean, you can,
but he'll get more of a chance to develop.
Yeah, but he'll get more minutes at the very least, right? He'll get more minutes, no?
But Ahmed, I'd rather someone like who's actually going to compete with like Kepa to actually start in the Premier League, not some 19-year-old kid who can just use another 19-year-old kid who we actually own. Like, I would just rather just go with our youth keeper as a backup.
Chris, are you listening? Chris is not listening, bro. He said another 19. We don't talk. That guy plays number 10, bro.
Chris, we still have Bettinelli, by the way, as well. Just to remind you.
No, Bettinelli cannot play.
Yeah. I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
But what I'm trying to get at though is that, like, okay, even I would want to bring in like a starting goalkeeper, because at least with a starting goalkeeper, we need to improve on Kepa. We know Kepa's not the guy. Maybe like Andrew said, maybe Pochettino will entertain Kepa, but I think the goal would be to improve on Kepa, and that would mean getting a keeper that will take Kepa's spot and make Kepa compete and improve Kepa in that sense, making competitive.
Does Kepa is good enough to get us top 5?
Yes.
I think top 6,
top 4.
He got us before.
Yeah.
He got us before.
We're sorry.
Yeah, he got us third, and we were the third best defense.
And he had like one of the most clean sheets.
Yeah, like I don't understand where is this. Like I understand Kepa is not a good goalkeeper to go win the titles and stuff, but where's this push that?
Can you do it again? That's the real question. That's it. So we'll find out.
No, but like even last season,
Can he do it again? He's been doing it more than the.
Listen, I'm not saying he can't. He's done. Obviously, there's history to it. So as long as the defense is good enough, I think he'll be fine.
Under Lampard, he's poor, but so is the whole defense. But like under like Tuchel, even Potter, like he was actually decent last season. I don't think he's even that poor, but he had to save the season as well. But I know that doesn't really mean much. But he's had many great saves. He's kept us in a few games. Even that Man United game where we drew 1-1 as well. Like he kept us in that game as well. He really couldn't save that header from Casemiro, but. like I don't think he's poor. Like he can be in goal and get top 4. I don't think he's a main issue. Like we need more midfield and everything. I'm not really looking at keeper too much, really. Not yet, until we look at the league.
Why do you have Gallagher in a 10 position, by the way?
That's probably where he's going to play.
I don't know what it is, Michi boy.
This is mostly just to show off the squad depth, really. It's not really.
I thought we'd be under Enzo.
Hey, listen, Ahmed. The further away Gallagher is from our own goal, and the further away he is from the DM position, the better, man.
I mean, Gallagher this season was mostly played in that 10 position, in that higher attacking.
He was a higher midfielder, yes.
But that was with Lampard. So
for Potter,
it was for Potter too, but I think it's also for the best, not just for the sake of like putting him in the correct position.
That's the
point. Like I just wanted to show a more visual representation of the squad and the depth that we have. Like you're right, we do need someone for a backup right winger. We're gonna need a DM. We don't have the Caicedo thing done yet.
Have we sold Cucurella? Have I missed?
No, but there's rumors that he's going to get sold.
I mean, there's more links of Cucurella away from the club than there is Madsen.
Yeah,
there's no rumors.
There was.
We talked about it last week.
I don't feel it will go sold.
So what you talked about last week means the real news was a week before that. So it's like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
No. It was like.
Ahmed talked about it on his own channel.
Those are not links. Those are not links. Those suggestion that if a suitable offer comes in, Cucurella will go. That's not a link.
I was
link
just
is when somebody's
surprised.
Club looking for him. That's a link.
Actually, plan to put a bid.
But if the club is open to sell you, does that not mean that it's part of your?
Okay, well then let me rephrase it then. Like there's been no indication that the club are willing to sell Madsen.
Okay.
I think Cucurella's going to be here next season no matter what.
Yeah, I think he is.
On the topic of, we were talking about Cherki, let's actually bring this up. So now we have the Athletic reporting that we are actually interested in Cherki. So now this is more solidification that this is possibly something that we're going to entertain. And I'm all for it. Like this player, from what I could tell, very, very good player. You guys said he's only 19?
Yeah. 19 turning 20.
So, insane to me.
No, he's turned 20 like isn't quite soon. That's why.
All grown up. Ready to
God, bro, I don't know what's
one
going
more
on.
year before he's allowed to drink.
I think
not really. He's only allowed to drink in Europe.
I think if he goes to Chelsea though, I think he starts over Madueke.
I'm not too sure, but yeah, he definitely have like a compete with Madueke or Mudryk. I don't know if he'd be automatic star though. Like
I'll tell you, all the games that I watched of him, which is 0.
Yeah.
And I did not know who he is a month ago. I still don't know who he is now. I watched one game with him in the final, in one of those U21 games.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of step overs, like just like Madueke. A lot of step overs and shit, and not tracking back after he losing the ball. That's all I saw in one game.
Yeah.
So
I just, for me, it just seems that this guy has more experience in a more competitive league. I'm not trying to downplay the Eredivisie, right, with PSV, but
he plays for Lyon.
No, Madueke. I'm not trying to like undermine that, but it just, to me, it seems like this guy has more experience in like a top competitive league. And it looks like he's more fit to be a starter than Madueke from what we've seen. Madueke's been impressive. I'm not trying to downplay Madueke in any sense of the word, but like, I don't know. Something about this strikes me as like this is a player that we're trying to sign to start for Chelsea, not as like not like another Casadei, not like another Andre Santos, like develop and see what happens. We're gonna loan him. Like this strikes me as a starting 11 signing.
Oh yeah, he'd be in the squad, the main team, the bench and all that, but he's not too much money, right? It's like 40-50 million.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines. 40-50 million euros even.
That's around the mark what you want for competition. Like he's just gotta be there for competition, and he might start if he's better than midfielders we got, well wingers, but
or maybe he'll be sold on loan and like a sweatshops create money for Chelsea.
I don't know. For the price that we're trying to get him at, the price that's being negotiated, it just seems like a squad starting player, or not starting player, but like a squad player signing. Doesn't seem like a youth signing like the other ones to me.
Man, I need to watch other leagues. I have no clue about this guy.
No, he plays for French national team. Metal face.
Yeah, he hasn't made the switch. He hasn't played. He hasn't like had
appearances. Look like he's based on hair like.
No, yeah, he's from Algeria.
He looks like he shaves from under the eyebrows all the way from there. So yeah, he look like he's from Middle East. But he plays for national team though.
Yeah, it's French Algerian.
French Algerian. There we go. Big up. Kid is good. Kid is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if we do get him, there's a good chance we're going to see him in that preseason. And there's a lot of still testing and trial and error to be done in the preseason.
Yeah, our preseason's like in 3 days now, roughly.
Yeah,
but the players. you think this is the only jet coming out of Europe for Chelsea?
Yeah, but,
yes.
You don't think the players can come out to the United States?
You think we're going to sign him in like 3 days or whatever?
Didn't we do that? Didn't we do that last season? We signed who did we sign last season? Or not signed,
Sterling, but Sterling was already in US having vacation.
Wasn't Koulibaly quite fast? Koulibaly was quite fast, no?
Yeah, and then he flew out to the US and met us there.
Koulibaly came about in like 2 days.
It could happen.
I'd rather not go for a number 10 before we go for midfielders. So I want us to go full concentration.
Alex, you think Cherki's going to come in both?
Chris, we are.
Caicedo first, then we go for.
Well, how are we going to get Caicedo and that player before pre-season though? It's going to take us a while.
We're trying to get Caicedo done first, Chris, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's going to take like a week at least, probably.
Oh, listen, it's taken.
I don't think we're trying.
We've been saying it's going to take a week for like 5 weeks.
It's taking 1 month, bro. It's taking 1 month right now. What can I say this? Listen, man, we're gonna find out, man. We need to get that stuff done very quickly.
Caicedo's been taken. Yeah, that's right. Now you say it that way, it has been like a month for Caicedo.
It has been a month, bro. Literally, it's been a month. Like remember, like when he did the first outgoings, which was like I think when he was the first one to leave the club, that was like big. What Havertz? Like that was like what 3 weeks ago, like 3 weeks and a half ago. Like they said, Caicedo bid due next week, and then like the Mount sale happened, and then there's another sale that happened, and it was like next week, the next week. So that's what it's been like.
Hey,
we got coming.
The Juve stallion, bro. Hurry up and sell Vlahovic so you can take Lukaku,
bro,
please.
I saw that.
Please.
I'm worried that Vlahovic not gonna get sold, bro. I told you that PSG Ultra stuff was crazy. What they said about that. Yeah, man.
Even if we could have signed him and then loaned him back, okay, whatever. I'm just trying to play football manager here. Let's move on to the next topic. This guy is no longer coming to Chelsea, Franca. So this will probably be a quick topic. We most of us probably don't know that much about him. Chelsea are no longer interested in making an offer for Matheus Franca. When the news leaked into the media, they were outraged. Chelsea have been doing a lot better of a job this time around of keeping things under wraps rather than being so public about all the dealings with, Dembele, you remember last season, Rafinha, Koundé, all that stuff we lost to Barcelona.
They did a good job because I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah. He was like a right winger or a winger option, right, Ahmed, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he plays mainly in the middle. Though,
he seemed a lot more of like what we were saying before. Like he just seemed like a under.
Fun fact, Crystal Palace is coming in for him now. Apparently, Crystal Palace are trying to buy him. I think part of the reason why the club didn't want the reason why the club apparently didn't decide to not go for him was that the sale on percentage was quite hard to find out for him. Like I don't I'm not sure. I didn't understand that quite like clearly, but the sale percentages that Flamenco had a selling percentage,
sure,
like other club that came from, etc.
Yeah, so it was just a complicated situation, and we were gonna come for him after the Caicedo thing, but it looks like now we've dropped interest. But we'll see. Obviously, just a little bit of news to throw in there to add to the show. Because like I said, it was a little bit of a slow news week, but we're still here regardless. So smash that like if you haven't done so already. Almost 100 of you guys there, and we're not even at 50 likes. Come on, let's get 60 likes at least, ladies and gents. It's free, and it helps out the channel tremendously. You have no idea. All the engagement helps out. So let's go on to the next topic that I wanted to bring up is Auba potentially being stuck at Chelsea. Let's discuss what's going on with Aubameyang. So Here we have Marseille is thinking of signing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The decision is up to the player. It's coming from Relevo and Matt Moretto, who we've read from before, and they seem to have some good sources here. Marseille have shown some interest in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but have so far refused to pay a fee and cover his wages. From Matt Law. Then we have the next tweet here. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is preparing to return to Chelsea, having seen little significant progress over his future. That's not good. And it seems like what has been the standing point on this whole thing, or the stumbling block, I should say, is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is interested in the idea of joining Marseille, but he wants a 2-year contract and seems ready to make an effort. I'm not sure what that means, but over his salary demands. Marseille are offering a 1-year deal plus option of a further year. Yeah. So you think the salary is what's causing the clubs to not come for this player?
What's he even on?
Question.
2 something.
Probably around about the 250.
I think we have a better news. I sent you, Chris, the news direct message. Maybe you can play it, give it to Marshall. I don't know about it. I'm okay with Aubameyang stay. If we can use him, why not?
Me too.
I don't think we're going to use him, though. That's the
I would
thing.
like to see him actually have a proper go this
The
time.
club's got an
That's
agenda
Yeah.
against this guy. The club's got an agenda on this guy, bro. I can't lie to you still. But hey, we'll find out, man.
Especially if he still has that, whatchamacallit, that clause or whatever it was that if they play him a certain amount, they had to pay him. That was stopping.
Yeah, the appearance bonuses. Yeah, that's just in his contract regardless. And this is
Chris,
why.
don't laugh yourself. Share it. Share it. You
I
must
knew
do
you were
share.
trolling, man. I knew you were trolling.
There's nothing trolling about
I
it.
haven't watched it, but I sent to the group chat something. Marshall, can you look? No, you
Can't
can't.
access the group chat.
I send you private.
DM me.
Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's we as a Chelsea fans, we must support Chelsea fans, right?
Oh, boy.
It looks
What-
funny.
No, man.
I don't. Okay. We'll look into that in a minute. But that being said, yeah, with Aubameyang, if he goes to
Definitely
Marseille,
no copyright in there, I swear.
why do you're not making me more confident with your laughing, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, with the Aubameyang deal, we'll see what happens with this. I hope, even if this doesn't work out, though, I hope he just goes to Saudi at least. Saudi can pay your wages, whatever that is. I don't know.
think
I
he
mean,
can
this
do a
guy's
job for
34.
us. I think he can do a job for us, actually. If we don't
really
sign
think so?
nobody.
I just don't think the money's the issue with him.
I don't think there's no issue with him. Chelsea paid 18 mil if Chelsea wants to get 18 mil back or some of it.
Yeah, but there's like that appearance fee that he has. That's absurd.
I don't think it's true. I don't think Aubameyang is that stupid to go to a club and get paid based on appearance. That's it. You see, you're struggling to understand this.
Stop playing this.
You need to share this. Peter
No, I don't.
Aubameyang not interested to go Marcel because look how he's talking about his contract. Do you think if he's going to Chelsea, he will be okay with a pay-as-go contract? What kind of nonsense is that? Like,
No,
he
it's
will
not-
never would have joined Chelsea for that.
No, it's not pay as you go. What it is he has a base salary, and then he has like high bonuses based on his total appearances on top of the base salary. And the
Where'd
reason
you
he didn't
this
get played was
Where'd
so
you get
there's-
this from?
Yeah,
Send
I
me the
think the
link so I will
Athletic.
know.
I think the Athletic talked about it.
Still, he has a base, which is he pays even he gets paid even he's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like it's not like he's not getting paid when he stays at Chelsea.
I think he just wants to play. He wants
I
a
think
chance.
he wants to play,
I think he wants to play too. It's just.
and I'm okay with him.
I
If
don't
Jackson and Michael or whatever, and
Brosha. Brosha.
if we're not playing like Aubameyang, can I still okay? It doesn't.
You're killing Ahmed here, man.
I'm telling you, man. We need that. We need that. We need that. We need a Chelsea fan over here, man.
No, I'm not playing that.
Come on.
But yeah, I mean, as long
Show
as
off
it's
your
not like
band
a
skills, because
as long
he
as
sounds
it's
like
not
you, Marshall. In the band.
shut up. As long as he's not like a financial liability, then
Did
sure,
you watch it?
I'm all for it. No, I saw. I didn't listen to it, obviously, but
Ahmed, did you listen?
I haven't seen anything. They haven't sent me anything, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on.
I think
it's sus.
I think it's it's the gym, man. I'm gonna put it as a ringtone.
Yeah, you have fun with that, bro. All right, let's move on to the next topic. We got Casadei to talk about. So apparently, Casadei's been linked with a move to Leicester. Leicester are working on a loan deal for Italy under 21 midfielder Casadei from Chelsea. He has emerged as an option on a season-long loan coming from
Leicester.
Telegraph. Is Casadei the right move, or is Leicester the right move for Casadei? I don't think so. I would like to see Casadei given like a Premier League loan, and not. I just don't think.
Like add loan there.
Yeah, but I think
Chris, what the hell have you just sent me?
I think Casadei is ready. You guys are ridiculous.
You see people in the chat. He deprives you from a set.
Listen, man. There's
God damn it!
The championship is very
There wouldn't be a
Marshall.
copyright. There will. I promise you,
Jesus.
there's not be a appeal for copyrights.
It can't be. It can't
Okay.
be. He's some random guy.
fine. It's fine. We don't need to do this. I can look at that later, okay? With like a midfield depth, I'd like Casadei to stay at Chelsea. Yeah, I agree. Actually, depending on what's going on with our transfers and stuff. I wouldn't mind having Casadei and Santos stay for depth. But it depends on the whole Caicedo thing. But I don't think Leicester is a good move for him. I know you say championship and all this and that. I think he's ready for a big team move. That's what I'm getting at.
I think that-
right at me.
I think it's quite hard to judge if he's ready for a big team move. He played 6 months at a relegation championship club, and granted he did well, but I think it's a big jump to go from that to Premier League. And I don't even know if there's anyone in the Premier League that would be interested to take him.
But it'd be a
Plus,
good
as you
test
know-
for him.
But plus, as you know, he's going to like Leicester. They're probably going to try and bounce back as soon as possible to try to get back into the Premier League. So,
Do you
Will be
think
good.
they got rid of? Okay, who did they get rid of so far? They got rid of Telemans, right?
yeah, so he was on a free. That was on a free,
Telemans is
bro.
gone. They lost Telemans. They lost.
They
I'm pretty
signed
sure
Harry
they lost.
Winks.
They signed Harry Winks, but they lost Madison.
They got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sold him because he.
Yeah.
What you gonna keep Madison to play?
No,
the
I'm just
Championship?
saying, like, with what team are they gonna like be competing? Really, I don't know.
Bro.
Like,
We could ask the same thing of Burnley. Burnley did a lot.
Burnley
the same
bounced
thing.
back.
Hold on a second. Do you think it's real? Sometimes I think actually come back from in the championship. It's really tough.
Oh yeah, it's tough. Definitely. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if Chelsea will relegate, Chelsea will have based on the financial backing.
yeah.
But for the teams that don't have financial backing, I don't even understand your conversation, Marshall. That's really tough for teams to go back from the Premier League. Especially, it's actually rarely happens when the teams go back into the Premier League the season after they get relegated.
Well, that's what I'm arguing, Alex. I'm saying, like, I don't know if it's guaranteed that Leicester are going to come back. They're in championship.
Yeah, but what's that has
Norwich.
to do with that weird looking kid playing for them?
Because this guy's going to go on loan to them.
Hey, listen,
apparently.
Norwich-
That's a rumor.
Let's not act like it's weird. Norwich used to make a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
Or Fulham.
Oh,
Yo-yo
yeah,
between the leagues.
yeah, the yo-yo.
What I'm
Look at
saying,
Southampton right now. They're just taking guys from the Man City academy to play for them. Literally.
but that's what that's word like. Okay, what?
Oh, I
team
see
do
what
you
you're
think-
saying now, Alex. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
So it's
that
just
I
as
think the
competitive, is what you're saying.
The link that I sent you, I think.
Yeah, the link that you sent
traumatized
me
your
has got
brain.
me. Yeah, a little bit. But like you're saying, it's just as competitive, which is going to be good competition for Casadei, right? Give or take, maybe. I don't know.
No, he's going
Maybe
to
that's
be
what you're saying.
automatic starter for them.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be automatic starter. There's not a team in the Premier League that he will be walking into the team.
And also think about it. It's
Okay,
think about it, Marshall. It's like a similar situation to like Maatsen. Like Maatsen essentially became a shoe-in straight away for Burnley.
Yeah.
Why would
So-
you loan him to Ajax?
Yeah.
Like, nice place.
Oh,
Loan,
What does
wait,
that
loan
mean?
Casadei to
Red
Ajax.
Street, Red District.
I
That's
think
the
he's talking
reason.
about
Yeah.
Or the Reed stores, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Might
Ajax
as
is not
well
a good.
send them to Fatur on the tour of England, and that will be the same thing.
Brother, Ajax is not a good place to be, man. Right now, they lost Ten Hag, and now they can't even win the Eredivisie.
Loot. Okay.
Oh my god! What's
I just
going on,
that
man?
song is jamming me. Jamming.
Oh no, we're not doing Luton, by the way. Absolutely not. That is stupid.
Then Luton got
People-
Luton get? I just don't know. I just forgot.
First of all, we need to send them. We need to send a loanees to the team that slightly least resembles style of the play that we play.
I was going to say, and also to everyone that's like, everyone that values like Prem proven and Premier League experience, what is sending him to Luton going to do? Like realistically, how was that going to help him?
Did you see the stadium? The guy just gonna go into the depression.
Alex,
It will go into depression, man.
Alex, they had to postpone their first home game so that they can renovate the stadium to make it up to Premier League standards in terms of the broadcasting standards.
The thing is, like that stadium, you know, I think Oliver and like Chris can understand this. You know those like gated football pitches that they have like in the middle of like a council estate.
Yeah,
It's literally that, but for football pitch. Inside, that's all it is, bro.
The stadium has like a choo-choo train going around them or something.
Yeah, that's in
no, not that one, not that one.
That was in Europe.
Oh, not that one.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is actually a fucking okay. I didn't know this.
No, but the thing is, we're on Facebook. We can't just tell every single guy that we have.
Nah,
this
Mo,
bro.
you're having
It's
a
gonna start
laugh,
looking
bro.
dodgy, bro.
This
It's gonna
guy.
start looking dodgy, man.
I am not gonna do any business with Inter anymore. I am so fed up with this fucking.
Yo,
thing,
by
bro.
the way, speaking of Inter, Chalobah's price is doubled now. Let's do that as well.
Yeah, please.
I don't think. Listen, it's interesting to see what's happening with Chalobah, bro. Like, Newcastle's interested in him, but obviously they haven't come in yet. So
I'd rather sell to them than Inter.
It's going to be very hard for Chalobah actually getting our team now with a back four, so back partnership as well. So yeah, probably has to move on.
Well, considering that at Chelsea, he's not really ever been like madly fussed over his game time. You could assume this. You could assume the same thing for like Newcastle. Like maybe he's just not that kind of player that has like ambition like that to be like the best in the world. I don't know.
But that being said, we're gonna go on to the next topic here, and it's about Gallagher and him potentially going to Spurs. You know what? If Spurs want to do us this favor, then by all means. But we do need depth, so I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword right now. But anyways, report says here, Martin Samuel from Time Sports saying, Conor Gallagher is the subject of a transfer speculation with Tottenham Hotspur amongst those keen to sign him. I don't know what other teams are keen to sign him. Maybe Everton in that list again, or Newcastle. But
West Ham, you never know.
West Ham too. Yeah, true. I personally don't think Gallagher is going to want to go to Spurs.
Why not?
I mean, he wanted
He's a
a
Chelsea
top.
fan.
He said he'd only consider a top 6 move, and that includes Spurs and Arsenal.
He's a Chelsea boy, though.
That includes our right. Okay, man.
Like, he's one of our own. No, but he's genuinely a Chelsea fan. He's genuinely a Chelsea fan. So I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I don't know. I would love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, especially we could probably get like a good price for him. But if they want him, if they actually come in for him.
I just find it crazy because their new manager they got, Postecoglou. He's a attacking possession based manager, and
Sure.
like we complained when Tuchel was the same way, and he put Gallagher in a midfield, and it just didn't work because he can't keep the ball. I don't know how Ange Postecoglou is looking at this and thinking, and that's if this is true. I can't believe that he's looking at this and saying, yeah, he's the man for my midfield. That just makes no sense unless it's a depth piece. And even then, like when he comes off the bench, he still doesn't have the technical ability.
I've got some breaking news that might affect
to
the
work,
Gallagher
right?
news. I'll be real.
Nice.
Hit it.
Go ahead and
Basically,
send it to my DM or read it out.
It's
Whatever.
not. I'll just read it out because it's not that much. Like apparently, Marzio just reported that PSG are now trying to get Harry Kane, and that they may offer Javi Simmons as part of the deal. So,
Is DeMarcio reporting this?
yeah, DeMarcio initially
Bro,
reported.
that Javi Simmons thing is
I'll
crazy.
take that with a grain of salt.
Why would he
to
take
be
that with a grain
fair.
of salt? He's the one that reported everything about Lukaku.
Yeah, but that's Italy.
Why
When it comes to Italy, he's reliable.
I mean, DiMarzio usually is quite reliable in general. I mean, what has he got wrong that as of recently that you're speaking on?
He just doesn't report on. He doesn't usually report anything outside of Italy. When he reports on Italy, he's
No,
accurate.
he does. He does report stuff outside of Italy.
I don't know. I'm taking it with a grain of salt just because I only know DiMarzio for being reliable when it comes to Italy and Italian news, and he's been spot on with that.
Do you
Can't
know
recall a time
DiMarzio
he's been
like has
spot
guys
on.
like, you know, for example, CFC news page works with DiMarzio.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So he has the
Everyone's
links
got their
like,
guy.
with like
Yeah.
multiple clubs. So
Wait, CFC news page is Nathan Gissing, isn't it?
yeah, and he works with DiMarzio. So
Oh.
it's quite a common thing. So like he has a lot of people that he knows in the industry. That's the only reason why. Especially outside
Ahmed,
of him.
in the end, we will see who lied.
Yeah, I gotta go dance to the tunes of.
I saw you dancing earlier.
Yeah, we saw you getting warmed up, man.
So I'm gonna leave you with my G, the ones that sings the song all the way, like Hills of. Does London have hills?
Yes, you do have hills.
Yeah. Okay.
What is
By the
going
way,
on?
Ahmed, I saw your picture lonely in, like on some creek with your birthday. Happy birthday.
Hey, that's
Oh
very
yeah,
good.
Ahmed, happy birthday. We never said that to you,
You
man.
see, I'm
much
the only one that remember. And when I said, when you say you're not fat, yeah.
Happy birthday, Ahmed.
Happy birthday. No cake for you. Dance to the tune. I am a Chelsea fan, mate.
I can't believe that's the only one you've seen. There's been multiple of those, you know. That's actually quite a
It
few of
hit in
those.
my head. It's stuck. I cannot stop singing it.
Yeah, I could
He's not
tell.
the only one, but okay,
Oh
bro.
my god.
I gotta go, guys. I'll see you later.
All right, man. Have a nice
Later,
one.
Alex. We'll see what's gonna happen with Gallagher. I am fond. I'm
You
of
see
the
your
thought
fond of
that
Gallagher.
no.
Wow.
I am of the thought that he wants to make it work at Chelsea, which okay, that's good. It's better. It's good to have that attitude. I just don't think the ability is there. So if he can help Chelsea in the means of like moving on to another club, and that means, then I think it's for the best for him, for his career, and for Chelsea. So
I don't mind
I don't
keeping him either though for backup because he got a good
it
work
doesn't bother
rate.
me too much. I
He's
just
got a
don't want to
good
see him
work
start
rate,
game in and
good
game out. You know.
No, yeah, I don't want him to start either. Of course not. Like he isn't at that level. Like he's a worse Mason Mount, but he is similar to what Mason Mount does as well. Like so, coming off the bench, I don't mind it. Like we probably won't get much from either. So I would just keep him unless we can get like 20, 30 million. If we can get like 30 million or something, I probably would consider it. 20 million's nothing to me.
Wait a minute. So I just want to ask though, are you sure you'd be okay with him coming off the bench? Because I seem to remember Potter doing that, and we were all sick of
Yeah,
it.
but there's still I wasn't. No, what? Okay, no. He had his bad moments. I know that, but like
No, Potter brought him off the bench all the time, and it was terrible, and none of us liked it. We all complained about it.
This is what I'm saying though. Like what God of Frogs is saying.
I
is
just got-
essentially
He
I
also
what
got
I'm
3
getting at.
points out of it at one
Like,
point when he came off.
I
think
think Poch could like Gallagher, and it's one of those cases where I was saying when we had Mount, like, just sell this player for the good of the managers. Like some of these managers, I'm not saying Poch is this, but I'm saying like Tuchel did it, Frank did it, Potter did it. Some of these managers just play these players based on what they see in training, and sometimes they don't see like they're not performing on the pitch. Like they just like these players too much. I don't know. Like sometimes you just gotta do what's best for the manager.
Part of it for me is just that, bro. I just don't know if Gallagher doesn't just have the technical ability, bro. It's
Yeah,
just,
I agree.
bro, and that is the worry for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to be a position-based team, trying to be secure, having Gallagher in your team, I don't know if that is reliable enough. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Maybe,
Yeah, I agree with
maybe
that.
Sure.
Maybe, yeah.
When it comes to possession, Gallagher is not your guy. He is the guy that you want to dispossess the opponent. That's about it. Or like maybe to start up a counterattack. Like, you know, he's not terrible when it comes to pace, and I think coming off the bench, he's not a bad option either. Like injecting some energy into the game, which is what we did with Mason Mount. He does. I mean, to his own fault, he does run at players, and he does press, you know, constantly. But I just don't think the ability, and he can score you a goal. I'll give him that too. He can score you a goal. He has scored some goals for Chelsea. He has some finishing to him too. I can't take that away from him. I think so too. But that being said, though, I would like a player that's more sound on the ball, that's a little bit more technical, that can, complete a pass more times than not.
But we're going to have players for that anyway in general, but he's just going to be there for the hard work, dirty work, and hopefully tackles and the odd long shot, because he can take an odd long shot sometimes. The one against Crystal Palace, what saved us, like, it did get us 3 points, but I know that doesn't really mean a lot because he's not consistent, but he's just a bench player. That's what he is, and I'm fine with that. I'm not overrating him. I think he's an okay bench player. Sure, we could do better, but we don't really have much of a midfield depth. He could play in DM as well, though. He can play as a 10 and DM if we need to sub him on DM as well, like just to do dirty work and all that shit. I don't know, like if Tottenham offer 30 million or so, I'd take it, but anything less, nah, not for me. Anyway,
sure,
I can't really decide for Chelsea.
I feel like 30 million is a little low for Gallagher, but
40 then?
I would say like at least 40. I think we could get 40 for him. I think there's a good player 40. There. I think I hold the same opinion of Gallagher that I do for Mount. I think there's a good player there. I think it's just a matter of like, using him for his strengths and not trying to get something out of him that you shouldn't expect. Like I think a lot of our previous managers putting in Mason Mount in attacking position, I just don't think he's the type of guy that's going to be like Frank Lampard, scoring you goals from wherever all the time. Didn't have the final end product. Some players aren't just that wasn't his strength. Some players just aren't good for that, and I think people are trying to do the same thing with Gallagher. So I think with another manager, maybe you put Gallagher in another position where he flourishes and he does the job. Won't be outstanding, won't be top class, won't be world class, but he'll be good. So that's where I stand with him. But any other final thoughts on Gallagher?
Please stay.
Gallagher.
Please stay.
Please.
You. Guys, smash those like buttons. Thank you for coming on and watching the show today. We're gonna go, and I'm sorry the news. Well, I'm not sorry. It's not my fault. But Newsweek was slow today, so hope you were able to bear with the show. Regardless,
2 hours.
Go ahead and copy and paste that raid message. We're gonna go ahead and raid our homies over at Sarcasm City, Flawless, and all them lot. But yeah. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Be sure to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure to subscribe. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. We have a very special show planned for you guys once we hit 2,000 subscribers. So be sure to get us to 2,000 as it does help us hit that phenomenal milestone. I can't believe we're even getting anywhere near close to that number, but we're going to keep growing from there, but yeah, guys, make sure to also check out all the links in the description. Got Ahmed's channel there, we got the Twitter, we got Discord, all the fun stuff going on there. Be sure to hit the bell notification so you don't miss out when we do live streams over on the channel, or when we do post other things, which may or may not happen. I'll leave it at that.
Not to speak.
Find out next time.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
But there are big things planned for the channel, so always know that. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you didn't like the video, or if you didn't subscribe. Let us know why in the comments.
No. Listen, if you hate the video, like it, and if you love the video, like it, man. Don't do that, man. Yeah,
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, if you love it, like
it's still there, Chris.
Like it, no, but you can't do it. Like I click it does nothing.
It does.
You don't see a number. You don't see a number.
I see the numbers, Chris, and it hurts my feelings.
How many dislikes?
Yeah,
actually shows you the percentage. Yeah, we'll show you the percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it speak to me. Yeah. But ladies and gents, we're gonna go raid the homies at Sarcasm City. Be sure to say hello. Be sure to copy and paste that raid message, and we'll catch you over there. And until next time, stay casual. Peace.
Stay blue.